All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back updates and information as it is hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you go be the first. We'll collect them. Let's go down to the news proper as it is hot. You don't share the information where we say it did for my table now. It big past what you think it be. Actually, they be Nnamdi Kanu's led council will be named na Ejimako. Don't say Nnamdi Kanu's trial turning to prosecution. Lawyer Ejimako. Now Ejimako na in they talk this one. He say Nnamdi Kanu's trial don't turn to it don't turn to persecution. Say that one, it be like say the government and other tribe want to use them to persecute in the Igbo or something like that. Meanwhile, make we go down to the full detail of the information as it be. Make you hear the full yarn as it go. You know the time man, make it tell man. Hello, Ejimako, the lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Friday, said the trial of the Biafra agitator is turning from prosecution to persecution. Ejimako made the claim while narrating Kanu's travails since his first arrest in 2015. Addressing a press conference in Abuja, Ejimako stressed that Kanu was arrested and detained for nothing. He said the IPOB leader should not have been arrested and detained, adding that he never deserved the travails he is going through. Ejimako said the public should be aware of how this case is turning from prosecution to persecution. After he was brought into the country from Kenya, the federal government, instead of pivoting on the charges for which Kanu was unlawfully and forcefully brought into the country, abandoned those charges, but for one that bordered on false declaration of imported radio equipment. That's a very unserious charge. The more serious ones, bordering on treasonable offenses, were completely abandoned for new 15 charges bordering on terrorism. For 7 years, 2015 to 2022, when these charges were finally amended to 15, which I call pre-rendition charges, were completely abandoned. Nnamdi Kanu suffered at the hands of the criminal justice system in Nigeria for 7 years for charges that were abandoned. So, for the 18 months he was detained and subsequent arrest in 2015, he was detained for nothing. He didn't deserve the detention. He also didn't deserve any tribulations and travails he had to go through, including the python dance that almost claimed his life, his parents and lots of innocent people, his exile abroad and rendition. So why was he rendition for charges that were later abandoned? That's a question that the answer will come one day. Ejimako also disclosed that when the matter began in 2015 and escalated through September 2017 with python dance, Kanu, through myself, brought an application before the African Commission on Human and People's Rights complaining about the python dance proscription of IPOB, and we won. The African Commission wrote a letter to the then president calling for the implementation of certain things they asked him to do. He added, in a swift decision concerning the extraordinary rendition, the United Nations, through its special rapporteurs, on 26 August 2021, transmitted a communication/decision number UANGA 5/2021 to the government of Nigeria, conveying its official position that the manner of bringing Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria was illegal and a grave violation of international human rights laws. The United Nations stated further as follows: in this connection, we would like to bring to the attention of Your Excellency government information we have received concerning allegation of enforced disappearance, arbitrary detention, torture, and ill treatment of Mr. Kanu by Kenyan security officials, as well as his illegal rendition to Nigeria. to face trial for terrorism-related charges which are believed to be linked to his leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra in acronym IPOB group. Since his rendition to Nigeria, Mr. Kanu has been allegedly detained by the Department of State Services and denied family visits, confidential access to a lawyer, and necessary medical treatment for his underlying health condition. While we do not wish to prejudge the accuracy of these allegations, we would like to express our concern in relation to the enforced disappearance of Mr. Kanu from June 19, 2021 until his reappearance at Nigeria Federal High Court in Abuja on 29 June 2021, and his reported illegal rendition from Nairobi to Abuja without judicial process. We are further alarmed by the alleged torture and ill treatment Mr. Kanu has been subjected to during his detention by the DSS in Nigeria, if confirmed. The allegations in the case of Mr. Kanu raise serious violations of international human rights laws and may cause irreparable damages to his life or personal integrity, which we believe warrants prompt attention. In this regard, we are considering to publicly express our concerns in this case in near future, believing that the wider public should be informed about the implications of these allegations for the enjoyment and exercise of human rights in Kenya and Nigeria. Any public expression of concern in this regard, we indicate that we have been in contact with Your Excellency government to clarify the issue in question. My people, una don't see as it happen. This one at the matter where we say a consign Nnamdi Kanu, and nine lawyer where we say that they call Aloy Ejimako, nine they give this report based on the matters where we say consign that case. The man don't talk plenty things, but the all that English where they hear why they read out to you, make I just bring an in conclusion in a way where we say waiting that they call layman in a layman language, in a layman understanding, go fit understand them as it be. As it be, for that matter, where we say they go now, we say, Nnamdi Kanu lawyer, they talk say, since where we say the Nigerian government detain Nnamdi Kanu, say the detention where we say they give them, if they not supposed to detain them, say if they supposed to detain them, why we say the court goes struck out all those charges, 15 counts where we say they against them, can't they charge them only for treasonable felony. Remember say for 2015 where we say the first catcher, now these charges now they put upon his head and now they can't struck out. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer come to talk say he not supposed to be so. Say for this Nnamdi Kanu case, in done they come out from prosecution to persecution. Oh, it means say the lawyer so and the government where we say they manage this matter, they say they know they do and with justice and equity. Say he gets some back corner talks, back corner things where we say they go on for that particular case where we say a concern, where we say a concern Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As it be, they say that trial you not supposed to be like that. In the talk say even the matter self where we say happen for Kenya, say make the Kenyan government remember, say if they say that they promote democracy and justice, say may they remember what happened for their country, for Kenya, for 2022 June, where we say Nnamdi Kanu enter their country as they be from there in disappear. From that 2022 June, they no find them until June 29. At the time where they come find and they say waiting can happen for that time. Why was it that there was no legal processes before he was repatriated to Nigeria or before he was extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria? Meanwhile, he was not going to Kenya, and the return was without passport, with a British passport. There was no proper stamping. There was no proper stamping in and proper stamping out, and any transit journey to Nigeria, he just saw himself in Nigeria. And these people are saying that they are promoting equal right and justice. They are promoting democracy. Democracy should be where everybody can speak their mind. Onye kwu asị kpụta ya ka egbue. Onye kwu asị ngwakpụrụ na ya ka egbue karịa m mewu na kpayam because him don't talk true. Now the country where we say we find ourselves for Africa. The lawyers themselves where we say that they go for the court, they even fear for their life because everything where the judge they declare now based on the federal government interest. Why the people will be saying now then set this constitution, now then still they spoil the constitution. People where they set constitution, now then they spoil the constitution. I don't know say whether you understand what they try pass to you now. Now those people where set the constitution, especially for this African country where we they. Now for only for this African country, senator go they pass, in go carry what do they call them? In go carry like 500 personnel will go follow am. Convoy. In go they ride for one way. Nobody go disturb am. In go put alarm. Go they go where one go. You know they happen for other country except today for emergency. Everybody they drive their one car except that the president and they come, even though they recognize your position, but everybody they feel say everybody now the people say will be saying that they make the law. Now they supposed to they obey the law well. But see they be be like that for this country where we see ourselves. They say the men of the IPOB and the soldiers don't buy themselves with explosive weapon. They say they don't recover Biafra uniform from there and other explosive devices. As they be what don't show between the men of NIG army and the men of the Biafra army them boys. And as they be the information will be say there for my table be say say the men of the NIG them boys don't collect woto. They say they don't collect woto. No be small thing nine then see there. You know, say na some of these woto where we say these people they collect, we say they sometimes they use versation, go they rent their versation on innocent citizens where we say they for themselves. My opinion be say if na these army people na then they give, if na the BLA they give it trouble, find them go. If you say na men thing, na man and fellow man na in the fight, and if to say na fight, you get where they fight. No be say you go for people, innocent people house, go they disturb them for waiting they no. If you want really fight, you go for the place where we say the fight they occur. You go there, do your fight. Make everybody know say na fight, now you can't do. You use intelligence. If you get intelligence, fight the men people where we say, now then they fight. You know, we say BLA go they fight you. You go they vent your anger on innocent citizens where we say they do for themselves. Another information again, they say on other side, this one the NIG army and the IPOB fighters. They say soldiers don't buy some IPOB fighters recover Biafra uniform and explosive. As they be personnel of the Nigerian army have buyed an indigenous people of Biafra's fighter during a fierce gun battle in Osu local government area of Imo State. The troops, after overpowering the fighters, conducted a clearance operation on their hideouts, according to a statement on Sunday by the Director of Army Public Relations, Major General Onyemawachukwu. The troops recovered 3 improvised explosive devices and other arms and ammunition. The statement reads, the Nigerian Army troops have successfully cleared IPOB ESN hideouts at Itukwa community in Osu local government area of Imo State, neutralizing 1 IPOB ESN terrorists after an intense firefight on Sunday, March 2nd, 2024. On overpowering the fighters, the gallant troops searched their hideouts and at the NIG army them boys. Now then report this one, and this one they come from the Punch news as they be. Right there for Lagos State, they say they don't spend 16 billion just to get clean water for Lagos State, and the people of Lagos State are still running into shorter wattage. I say, wow, una don't spend 16 billion and still yet water no still dey good for that Lagos State. I say all this 16 billion, wetin they take and do. Sometimes me myself, they feel say the governments of the day, they take the people where they lead for granted. But we know say very soon everybody go dey everybody go there enlightened. And now why the government of the day don't want to fix the educational system of the country, whereby there will be education with practical, and people will be able to find a way to do their things, and that's where they want to be chopping the money. Lagosians battle water shortage despite 16 billion budgetary allocation for corporation in 5 years. Water, just like food, is a basic need in the day-to-day activities of humans. In Lagos, Nigeria, most populous city, the residents, however, grapple for survival of water despite the existence of the Lagos Water Corporation, while some spend huge capital to drill boreholes, others capitalize on buying water for daily use. Damilola Olufemi, now they report this one. In this report, documents their experience and how Lagos allocated 16 billion into the corporation between 2019 to 2023, yet Lagosians find it difficult to get potable water. In late March, Collins was met in the Ikoyi Axis of Lagos State, where he was relaxing after having his breakfast in a restaurant supply called Mama Put. Collins, a resident of Jakande in the Lekki area of the state, while sharing his experience and inability to get water, said that the residents of that particular area has suffered a lot when it comes to getting water for their people. And I saw it happen. But the question be say, not be say government don't put 16 million. That 16 billion where government don't put. The question be say, what is the outcome? What is the investment? And is there a place where we can find record of what this money we are used for? Something of that nature. Meanwhile, but now here I go to wind down the curtain, and if this is your first time of actually joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button. But before I go wind down the curtain, remember today now the 8th of January, February, March, the 8th of April in the year 2024, and the forecaster scientists are forecast that today will be eclipse of the solar, and everybody is out right there. In America, the people say that they are doing things like skydiving, to wine testing, New York readies for the eclipse. This one is happening in America. And that's when I had it, I feel like Yarokwana Ewa flight the Kerondro. If taking flight is like just dreaming, by now I would have been in America to experience this thing with the Americans. If you see these Americans, the Britons, the Chinese, the Russians, you see the way they put their life in order and the rest of it, and this will tell you that these people have, plans for themselves. But in Africa, some of these things, you see places where you can do skydiving and the rest of them, even though our environment is not their own, but the government of the day is not working hard. Meanwhile, as they say cities and towns across a swath of upstate New York, we have a rare moment in the spotlight on Monday once they are shrouded in complete darkness. For the first time in almost a century, the western and northern parts of New York State will experience a total eclipse. The path of totality, a narrow stretch where the moon obscures the sun entirely, tracks across cities and towns including Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, and Jamestown. Though the entire event will last for several hours, the main spectacle, when day turns to night, is expected to last only about 4 minutes, and yet the build-up has been years in the making. This is like our Super Bowl or Taylor Swift concert, said Patrick Keller, Chief Executive Officer of tourism agency Visit Buffalo, Nigeria. The first tour group booked an excursion to the area of the event on the heels of a partial solar eclipse in 2017, he said. While the tourism boom will be brief, it's a welcome economic jolt for the region, which has been hard hit by the loss of industrial base The manufacturing sector of the New York shrank by more than 16% between 1940s and 2009, according to a report by the State Control Poller. Buffalo will be one of the biggest beneficiaries. This one they happen in America. Say if they talk this saying, and they who are not onye okwu enwere okwu onye ngele enwere ngele. Meanwhile, my people na here go to wind down the curtain again. Ngwanu ka emesianu munne.